Stace Berkland here at IPCPR 2012, talking with Steve Saka, mastermind behind what we have known as Liga, Privada, Unico, Serie, Papas Fritas. Steve, a lot of buzz on this before it's even hit the stores. Would you please tell the viewers and my followers what was behind Papas Fritas and what we can expect?
Yeah, you know, Papas Fritas is a very simple concept, and it's one that every single factory does. You know, as you're producing long fill cigars, what ends up happening is you don't make a cigar with leaves that's the exact length of the cigar. The leaves are considerably longer. So every single time when you're making the cigar, you got chaveta cuts coming off the bottom of the foot. You've also got a cut coming off from the head. Those pieces of tobacco are the exact same tobaccos that were used to make the long filler. But what you end up doing with those tobaccos is you then take them to make a sandwich cigar in your factory environment. Every factory has sandwich cigars. And the reason they're called sandwich cigars is they're like a sandwich. You know, there's a little bologna, there's a little cheese, there's a little pickle, there's a little whatever. Whatever you got in the fridge goes in the sandwich cigar. And those are the cigars that we have to sell to make the other cigars more economical. Because you can't throw away good materials. In our case, we have a variety of them. You know, like in our coffee infused products, it's Isla del Sol. In our traditional products, it's La de Habana. Well, over the last 4 years, as we've made more and more Liga Privadas, more and more of these Liga trimmings have been going into the sandwich cigar La de Habana.
Right.
And, you know, Nicholas and I, you know, Nick is the guy that I work with in the factory, he's my right-hand man. You know, we started thinking, man, it just seems like such a waste because we're taking this tobacco that we spent so much time selecting, so much time sorting, and it's just so incredible, and we're just pushing it into the sandwich. So we're like, you know, why don't we make a sandwich cigar just exclusively out of Liga Privada trimmings, nothing else. So it was a nice, simple idea, real easy. So we made it, it was delicious, but then it sucked, and then it was delicious, and then it was okay, and then it just sucked and sucked and sucked and sucked.
Because the stuff in the fridge kept changing?
No,
or
it wasn't that. The problem is the Liga tobaccos were just so diverse.
Okay.
And we weren't getting an even proportion in the sandwiches. You normally don't care because it's a sandwich cigar. The guy's buying it for $1, $2. He's just looking for something that's smokable, good, it tastes fine. It's never been a consistent product. It's a sandwich. One day it's roast beef, next day it's bologna, next day it's this. But, you know, for Liga Privada, you know, we really pride ourselves on consistency. So here we were making this short fill cigar out of all these great table trimmings, and it just wasn't as good because the blend was a mess, because it was just a sandwich. So then, in typical Drew Estate fashion, we said, how can we make this right and do the stupidest thing possible and make it as complex as hell? So what we started doing is, we now take all the table trimmings at the end of the day, and we actually sort all the tobaccos from the little pieces back into their original leaf variety, one by one. This little 2 inches here, this 3-inch piece here, this 1-inch piece here, and we also change it by thicknesses. And then, out of the Liga tobaccos that come off the table, because you got a combination of tobaccos being used in Unico, you got a combination of tobaccos being used in TV2, you got your number 9 blends going. We don't use them all. We only choose 7 of them, okay? We pick the 7 that we want, the same 7 every time. All the other Liga trimmings still go back into the sandwich of LVH, but these particular 7 we pay particular attention to. We sort them all individually, and then we ribbon cut the tobaccos one by one so they're the exact same size. And then we make the sandwich cigar literally to a very specific blend, cigar by cigar at the table. It actually takes more time to do this than it did to sort the long filler to begin with, but we love the result. And the result is Papas Fritas. And you know, the reason we call it Papas Fritas is because, well, look at me. I eat more French fries than any man on the planet. And it's the same with the Papas Fritas. As soon as we got the blend right, I started smoking. I'm like, man, I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. So everybody started calling French fries because they all know how I eat French fries.
Nice.
And so what we got is we got the world's craziest, most complex Fuma grade cigar ever made. It's like everything else that we do. We always are trying to break the boundaries, do things that make no sense whatsoever. And to be honest with you, I don't know whether they're going to sell, you know, because it costs a lot to do what we're doing.
Right.
The cigars are priced $23.95 for a tin of 4. So they're just a hair under $6. But the truth is, if I didn't tell anyone that they were short filler, you wouldn't know it, because we actually put medium pieces in the head, so you don't get those little bits of tobacco in your mouth. The blend is tremendously consistent. Cigar lasts about 35 to 40 minutes, smoking even at my pace, and it holds a 1 inch or greater ash on it. So the truth is, if we didn't tell people what it was, we could get away with, hey, these are long filler, these are just like that, but it's just not who we are. So we decided to tell the truth. We decided to put the price on it, what it costs to make, and we decided to let the customers decide. You know, do they like it? They don't like it. It's a way to get a Liga Privada flavor for a lot less money in a much shorter time period. Ultimately, it may not work, and what'll end up happening is we'll just take the tobacco and we'll start putting it back in LVH, and we'll go on. But and I'll just make them for me, and I'll be happy with it. That's always been our attitude with Liga from day one. You know, ultimately, it's always been a very personal thing. You know, everybody tells me they think it's going to be a home run. I'm always a little bit reserved. We're in a very, very funny business. There's a lot of great cigars that fail. There's a lot of crappy cigars that sell like gangbusters. So you never know what's going to work and not work. What I do know is I like Papas Fritas personally. We'll see if anyone else likes it.
Great. Steve, thanks so much.
Oh, no, my pleasure.
Great. Stace Berkland, IPCPR 2012. Two things real quick. Papas Fritas, after that discussion, you know it ain't short filler. Watch for it. It's about to go viral. Thanks.